Hey, AP World History Scholars, I'm Miss Ziegler, the Time Machine teacher, and on this channel, we will be talking about everything AP World History to get you ready for the big exam. So in this series, you will have shorter videos that will cover each document of the DBQ, and then the very last video will be a little longer, and that will be where we'll go over how to put the DBQ all together. So be sure to subscribe and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a thing. Now let's go check out some documents. In a minute, I'm going to put the document on the screen. What I want you to do is pause the video, read the document, and then you're going to do three things. You're going to jot down your describes, what you would use to support your DBQ, and the explains part. All right? The DBQ prompt is explain the positive and negative effects of imperialism. So keep that in mind. You're looking for positive and negative effects of imperialism in these documents. To describe, you're just telling me the main idea. For the support, you're going to actually pull something from the document. And for the explains, you're looking for point of view, audience, purpose, or historical context. All right, pause the video as soon as the document comes up. Here it is. Okay, welcome back. So we have this document here. Let's give it a read. It says, "Gentlemen, we must speak more loudly and more honestly. We must say openly that indeed the higher races have a right over the lower races. I repeat that superior races have a right because it is their duty." Kind of sounds like white man's burden, right? "They have the duty to civilize inferior races. In history of earlier centuries, these duties, gentlemen, have been often misunderstood. And certainly when the Spanish soldiers and explorers introduced slavery into Central America, they did not fulfill their duty of the higher race. But in time I maintain that European nations acquit themselves with generosity, with grandeur, and with sincerity of this superior civilizing duty." So he's actually saying that the Spanish didn't do the right thing, but we as French, we're going to do the right thing. We're going to be generous. We're going to be grand and sincere in this duty. Then he goes on to say, "I say that French colonial policy, the policy of colonial expansion, the policy that has taken us under the empire, the second empire of Napoleon." Oh, he brings up Napoleon. We know they think highly of him. "To Saigon, to Indochina, that has led us to Tunisia and Madagascar. I say that this policy of colonial expansion was inspired by the fact that a navy such as ours cannot do without safe harbors, defenses, supply centers on the high seas. Are you aware of this? Look at the map of the world." So here's some more justification as to why they're doing it. All right, so describes. I would say this is a speech from the Prime Minister of France, Jules Ferry, and he is discussing the duty of the French to colonize and civilize the empire. Supporting. Well, we're not exactly quite sure what we're going to use with supporting yet, but we do know it sounds a lot like white man's burden, right? So I would put that down here so that you remember. And he's also justifying why they're doing this, right? So that might be important later. Audience, you could say audience are other French in the government, right? He's giving this speech to the French, and he's making it sound very awesome what they're doing, right? It's their duty to go and civilize. He brings up Napoleon. That's their hero. So you can say that he's just talking very highly and persuasive to try to get them to see that they need to go and expand. And that's the topic, right? Colonial expansion. So that gives you another little hint. Point of view. We know it's from a European. So point of view, superiority. He believes this because he is European and social Darwinism and superiority. And then purpose, you could say he's trying to get them on his side, trying to get them to understand that they need to expand. And in purpose, that's where I would probably bring up Napoleon and say, you know, that's why he brings Napoleon into it, because they look at him as a hero. Napoleon tried to expand the empire, and now they're doing it again. So there's document number 4, and thank you for listening.